Hey Glam fam, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be first impressions of E.L.F products. E.L.F is a makeup website where you can get super affordable makeup but at a really high quality. So if you are more looking for drugstore products that give you a very beautiful flawless finish, then I highly recommend E.L.F. I've been using E.L.F for a few years now and I really like their products. But I just decided to try out some new things. I have a cream contour palette, the bronzer palette that I always use. I have an acne fighting foundation that I wanted to try out. And then I also got a eyeshadow palette that I thought I would try out as well. So if you want to see what I think of these products and if I think that you guys should get them or not, then just keep on watching. I have already primed my face, so I am going to go in with this E.L.F Acne Fighting Foundation. This one is in the shade Porcelain. It helps treat acne that you already have and also keeps acne from forming. So since the winter and the weather has gotten colder and the seasons have changed, my face has been breaking out. You can't really tell on camera, but I do have some blemishes on my chin and under my nose and some on my forehead. That's usually where I do get them. So I really want to focus on clearing up my skin this winter and kind of like a New Year's resolution to have healthier and brighter skin. So it comes in a bottle like this. This is 1.21 fluid ounces, so you do get a lot of product in this. Most foundations only come in about 1 fluid ounce. It's pretty good consistency so far. I just put it on my hand and then I am actually going to take an E.L.F small stipple brush and apply it to my face. This is a little darker than my actual skin tone. One unfortunate thing about E.L.F, sadly, is they don't have a lot of color range, so if you are very light skinned like I am, you can't really find a great foundation that really matches your skin. Same for very dark skinned people. They don't have that huge amount of shade range, so that is one downside. So far, I do really like this product. It is very lightweight, like it said. It feels like you don't have anything on your skin. Honestly, the only downside would be that it doesn't really match my skin tone. After my concealer has been put on, I'm going to go in with the E.L.F Cream Contour Palette. I've never used this one before. It looks like this. I think it's really nice. It's really creamy. So these are the swatches that I took going from lightest to darkest. They are very creamy, so I do like that. I am taking a EcoTools flathead brush to carve out for my contour, and I'm going to be taking this lightest shade right here and just carve out my cheeks. I am then going to take this little Real Techniques detailer brush and carve out my nose using that same shade. Then I'm just going to blend this all out with a beauty blender. It blends quite nicely and leaves a natural looking finish as well. I am going to actually deepen that up, so I'm going to take the shade below it, and then I'm going to take the light color and carve out underneath where I put that contour. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. So far I'm really liking these products. I haven't really found one that I'm not a fan of just yet. Trust me, we still have time, so things might change. To bronze up my face even more and kind of set the cream contour that I used, I am taking the E.L.F bronzer palette. This one is in Bronze Beauty, and I already have one. I'm definitely running low, so I thought I'd get a new one. So I'm just going to go in with the one that I already have, and I'm going to be using this Eco Tools angled brush. And I'm dipping into these two top shades. I'm then taking an Eco Tools flat-headed brush and going in with this lightest shade here and contouring out my nose. I really like this bronzer palette. It gives you an array of colors. Some colors are a bit sparkly, like this one and this one, and the other ones are matte. I do like a little bit of sparkle in my bronzer just because I like a very highlighted face, but it's very subtle, so even if you don't like that sparkle in your bronzer, you can still use it and it's subtle enough that it'll just look like highlight. So yeah, I do highly recommend getting the bronzer palette. Moving on to the eyes, I am going to be using the E.L.F Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette, and I have not tried this out yet. I really liked it because of these two purpley shades. They kind of come off as blue, but they are purple. They have the names underneath, which I always love when eyeshadow palettes give the names of them. It's a lot easier to know which colors you're using rather than going and saying, oh, I used that orangey color. Okay, so far for the swatches that I did, the first one here is fresh, then spicy, sassy, low-key, calm, clever, bold, and cheeky. Next we have happy, witty, smooth, chill, saucy, daring, warm, easygoing, wise, and genuine. So these colors were definitely interesting to swatch. Some of them came off really pigmented, and others I really had to work on getting them to show up on my arm, which this could be completely different when I actually apply it to the eyes. I would say in swatching them, the colors like Low Key, which is this one that you can barely see at all, and the color Chill, which is the sparkly purple shade. those colors did not show up very well at all, so maybe using some setting spray might help them show up more. I just have to see once I get them on the eye. Using brushes, it might come out differently, but the dark shades are definitely pigmented, which were really good. There are some darker sparkly shades, such as Clever, which is this one right here, Bold, and then Daring as well. And I guess Saucy is kind of a sparkly shade. Those did show up really well, so kind of like the warmer tone colors, they did show up quite well on these swatches. I am going to go into my crease using this transition shade Fresh, which is this light brown color here. This does apply to the eyes very well and blends out quite nicely. So I do like this color. It's a nice subtle transition shade. Next, I kind of want to do, I think I'm going to do like a green eye. Kind of make it festive. So I guess I would go in with Witty, which is kind of like this grayish brown shade. I'm going to just go very lightly. This one is very, very pigmented. This one is kind of a bit harder to blend out. You really have to work at it. Like once you get it on the eye, it's kind of there. Like wherever you place it, that's where it's gonna be. I'd say go very light-handed with this one. I'm going to take this brown shade Warm. It has some like red undertones to it. And this is another very pigmented. And it does the same thing as Witty did. All right, let's go in with kind of a crazy different color. I'm gonna go in with Sassy, which is this pale orange. It's like a salmon color, and I'm gonna apply that over top of everything. This is really pigmented. It blends out smooth, which yeah, not cheeky, sassy. Sassy is a good color to blend everything out. This really does blend out those other shades that I used. I'm gonna go in with Cheeky, which is this orangier shade. I'm gonna keep this on the outer corner. I'm just tapping this on just so we keep that really pigmented color, because when I blend it out, the pigment is kind of lost. All right, then I am going to go in, let's go in with Happy. It's this kind of mustard yellow, and I'm gonna go kind of lower on the lid with this in the inner and middle part. This definitely shows up kind of like very mustardy brown. So far, I've been liking the colors that I've been using in this palette. Witty and Warm, those were pretty tough shades to blend out, but once you blend it with another color, it does blend out quite nicely. So I'm going to take this EcoTools Full Shadow Brush, and I'm gonna go on my lid with Wise, which is this kind of Christmassy green. So it goes on pretty well. It's kind of patchy. I would recommend patting this on to your eyelid rather than dragging it, because it takes away the pigment. This is a really pretty color. I like this color. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna go into Saucy and Sassy. Be careful when you are blending, because if you get just a little bit on that green, it goes away. So I'm gonna go back in with Wise, which is that green, and pat in the areas that disappear. I'm just gonna go over it with Cheeky just to keep that warm tone. Next I want to go in with Chill, which is this sparkly purple that really didn't show up well on the swatch. So I'm gonna see if it shows up well on the lid, and I am going to go in over top of that green. It is showing up, it's just very subtle. I would suggest putting it over another shade rather than just putting just this on, because it's not going to show up. I am going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I am going to go in. I'm going to go in with Chill, and I'm just going to spray my brush. See how that. Definitely shows up better. Not really a blinding purpley shade. Go in and kind of make a dark outer smoky eye. So I am going to go in with Smooth. This color right here. There is quite a bit of fallout with Smooth. Be careful with that. And I'm just gonna pat it to the outer corner. Alright, and then I'm just going to take another E.L.F. blending brush with no product on it and kind of just blend that out a bit. Alright, so then we have some dimension. On my lower lash line, I think I'm going to keep it dark. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this EcoTools flat-headed brush, and I'm going to go in with Calm, which is this gray shade. Lots of fallout with that, and I'm just gonna pat this on my lower lash line. Alright, and then I'm gonna smoke that out using Genuine. Okay, and then for my inner corner, I am going to go in with Low Key, which is kind of that color that just didn't show up at all. So I'm gonna take it on my finger and just pat it into my inner corner. Yeah, okay, so like this doesn't show up at all. So I'm gonna take some on a brush, and I'm going to spray it with my setting spray. So nothing shows up. So this is the finished look, you guys. I do like how it turned out. I think it's very pretty. The purple did start to kind of pop when I applied my setting spray, and I just topped my lips off with some NYX lip cream. This one is in Canis, and yeah, I do like how it turned out. If you guys want to get these items, the eyeshadow palette is $14. The cream contour is $6, as well as the bronzer palette. The Acne Fighting Foundation was only $6, and for the amount that you get is a really good price, and it wears really well. I really do like it. So I do highly recommend getting these items. The only thing that I am a little bit weary on is the eyeshadow palette. But I mean, most of the colors turned out quite nice. They're just a bit hard to blend, and it's really hit or miss. So thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun creating this video and kind of giving you guys an insight on the E.L.F products that I used. So definitely Glam Fam approved. If you like to see more videos like this, then just subscribe down below and click the little bell icon so you are updated every time I upload a new video. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And there will be more videos like this coming up later on in the week and next week and following. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye, Glam Fam.